Okay, so let me see here.
Okay, so I filled out a records request about what happened on July 17th. Or was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? Oh my god, it was the 18th, not the 17th. Okay. I brain farted that this morning. That's okay. I'll have to maybe redo it for the 18th. That's okay. I can redo it. I can get another stamp. Or I can just call them, you know. They want to be that technical. They're probably going to look ridiculous. But, so I'm thinking, so this is a case where Isaac has laundry and he's really specific. He buys like, what's that brand called? Vivian Westwood, like expensive stuff, and his clothes is very particular to him, but he's particular about all his things. This isn't like a maybe, this isn't like a I don't know who. So my mom, which I've been documenting, has been on a roll, and I can tell my mom is working the scenes in the background. So my mom keeps saying, if you stress your dad out, the only person stressing my dad out is my mom, who goes to him about every emotion she has and wants my dad to cause physical harm to anybody who upsets her and her family members. Any of her family members upset her, she expects her husband to get a bat and hit him. You want an apology from me, you're going to get hit with the bat. So it was, and she said, you're going to lose your housing, we're calling the police. I think they're the ones that said it, and when Isaac was talking, so Isaac was like, you know, I almost promised you that's how this happened. So I promised you, Isaac was like, you know what, you want...
Did you close this or did I close this?
I did.
Alright, buddy.
I love you. Have a good day.
Call the cops? I'll call the cops, because they keep saying that to us, but I never do it because I'm not, like, dramatic. We know they won't do it. They just threaten us. So this time, so Isaac's right. So I had a blow-up moment, which is totally understandable considering my mom's been pushing our buttons for like, well, my entire life. But it's something I can document. She's up on a roll. Everything's, when you're narcissistic and mentally ill, everything's about you. You can't comprehend when someone pays off your house. You can't comprehend. The only thing you can comprehend when you're in a cult is the people who agree with you in the cult and the people who are on your side. You have no ability to understand you're on a side, even though nobody's against you. For you in your mind, you're on a side, and you have to stay on your side. And this is all about you having control about your side and your beliefs and your rights, and you have to fight. It doesn't matter if you're wrong.
Okay, so I think we're about right here. So I want the cameras installed. I've always wanted the cameras installed, so I find it really interesting that my parents only bring this up. And then they never do it. But I want the cameras installed because it would 100% be helpful to prove the amount of time my parent, you know, it'll show in an excellent way exactly who speaks to who for how long around here and who's close to who and the triangulation. And so I've always wanted that personally. But then they never do it, and I think it's because they know I'm right about that, and they don't want to be caught.
Recording, and if you go up 2 voice recordings ago, it's a 2 minute and 20 minute video, but you'll notice like the last minute is like quiet. Like I'm still talking, it's still recording, but it's quiet.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
So I don't know if that's maybe, I don't know if I was listening to a situation, if I was speaking and it just went out. I don't know, but what I'm thinking is this is what I think I said. If I said something, this is what I said and the video didn't work. Which could happen though because of the internet access. I have to keep my door open all the way for the internet access. So it's totally possible right now in this situation, yes, it's possible. So... Isaac had just made, what do you call that, like Chinese food? So the movie we were watching right before the police were called was called Boy and a Heron. And it's a new release, and it's from this creator-writer, I think, from Japan. And we really, I don't know his name, which I'm glad works probably in my best interest, because I'd probably butcher it anyway, I wouldn't say it right, so... And so we were really excited. Something we planned for a long time. So he made.
When I say I want cameras, I want access to the recording. I want the same access to the same things that would be recorded. I wouldn't want someone else to have that power over someone. You see how that works?
I paid for
when you steal that power from someone and you abuse someone in that way, you are.
And so in
the outcome of that is it's terribly damaging.
So this was like something he was really excited about. This isn't like we've been planning it for a long time. So this is a thing where grandma thinks in her head everything that's going on around her is about her. So she's number one. Everybody else is number two. No, anyway. So that is what happened right before the police came. Somebody said, not gonna say. I heard a rumor that somebody who saw the video from the sheriff's office yesterday said I looked sleepy, but I wasn't. We were actually awake, and I just gotten back from the doctor. I had to get up early, take a shower, go to the doctor. And then Isaac and I were on our thing. So whoever said that you actually don't know what you're talking about, please refrain from thinking you know things you don't know.
Everyone in the state of Oregon that does not live in Multnomah or Washington County, which are Portland area counties, is exempt from work requirements in the entire year of 2024. Did you know that? I'm not going to speculate as to why, but I think it's due to. And I think the lawsuits come out of the behavior of what's been going on in Douglas County. Okay, so Oregon Department of Human Services SNAP limits. So here's where I found the information, like actually the website. Apparently that's why I put that here. ORS 133.741 Law Enforcement Agency Policies and Procedures Regarding Video and Audio Recordings. A law enforcement agency shall establish policies and procedures for the use of storage. Yeah. A requirement that a recording be retained for at least 180 days, but no more than 30 months for a recording not related to court proceedings. So, really, I'm coming in at there is never a reason to delete records, to go to all the trouble to keep them. It takes very little out to save the records. That is nonsense. That is an absolute nonsense. So this is where I find out, like, I think at this point, maybe I don't know yet, but see, they're not giving anybody, they're like breaking the law down here, and it's causing problems, in my opinion. Not giving, saying you have to have a lawyer to have body camera footage. Not only I think I already told this story, but you can get sued for like everything nowadays. So this agency should be sued for this, even this line on the form, which, please somebody do it, I don't have time. Because you're not allowed to really, it would be considered intimidation, because he isn't following Oregon state law to treat anyone that way, or the agency. So why does this video public service record require a subpoena? This new, and a major new issue is that Kathy Cross no longer works at Douglas County Sheriff's Office, ? Well, I guess that's when I found out. It isn't that I care in any way. It isn't that I care in that way. It is that holy shit, fuck, and all the awkward coincidences, right? ? Oh wow, a lot of changes. That is unusual for this area to have anything change, like needing a subpoena for public records. I do have to admit that the timing of this is quite suspicious, and I do think that I think there's probably going to be more investigations coming up, is what I think.
Anyway, where I was going to pick up was talking about like state employees and if they have lawyers, and I wonder how they get their records, like I wonder how come they have a lawyer representing them where they have access to their records. It's looking like a human trafficking ring in the sense that it is empowerment
only
where you don't get your rights and you get
only a certain set of people are allowed to have access to your own records. They're not giving me, they're giving someone else access to my own records before they're giving them to me. Do you know what happens when you do that? Do you know the only outcome to come from that? It's kind of obvious.
It's supposed to be illegal from their website. So now you're telling the company that the company is ran by the government, which is really interesting, based off lies, so now you're putting Mark Zuckerberg in a position of loss. Anyway, so I was going to go back into that, but never mind. New subject, because this, breaking news. Let's start fresh, because this is breaking news. So anyway, breaking news. This just happened, which is a perfect example. So today is July 20th, 2024. It's Saturday at 6:05 p.m. I just got back from the store. I spent $26 and something at the store for 3 12-packs of Diet Coke, Diet Dr. Pepper, because that's what's on sale for 3 for $14. I got 4 $1 things of candy and a cake mix for $1.85. And then there's also the deposit. So that somehow came up to 26 something. And it was super embarrassing because my brain, I had $31 left, but my brain thought I had 47. But Isaac used the card and you spent 16, which I knew about. But then the whole thing with the cops happened. We made our special meal. We were going to watch our movie. And then the thing with the cops. So my brain completely, like, that's something that will happen to me. My brain just, like, brain farted in the moment. So I got to the store and I was like, fuck, that's right. It's $31. So I had to take off, like, 3 times in a row. My own son. I was embarrassed. It was my own son. I had to redo my checking till I knew. Anyway. So that happened, but okay, so I couldn't drive to the store. Guess you're not going to believe why. Here's a perfect example of this religious schizophrenia in the mindset of Bonnie Hunt and people who live like Bonnie Hunt in Bonnie Hunt's world. So I asked to use the car, which is only to get my soda because I even think I have $47 left. It turns out I only have $31 left, and I have a $5 coupon of 25 spent, and I need my soda. My thing is about my soda. Everybody knows I have my soda issue. So my diet soda, which, you know, I buy what's on sale, and I use my $5 coupon, which is what I did today. And my mom won't let me take the car, and it's hot out. And she knows, like, what am I going to carry 3 12-packs of soda back? You know, like, you know this. So anyway, so she's like, yeah, and I'm really nice to her and everything. She's like, but then she tells me, like, as I'm grabbing the key, but we're going to be having a conversation with you. And I was like, that's okay, that's fine, as long as we call it, like, we'll just make sure the sheriff's on standby or whatever. And she's like, what? You don't talk to me that way. And I was like, and she was like, and I'm not kidding you when I say yes, her voice was like that. And I was like, so then my dad's like, why are you yelling? I'm like, because my mom, was telling me that I don't talk to her that way. I'm like, what way? First of all, I was like literally confused at first. Like, what is she? So I get to the thing where I'm like, Mom, I have my $25. I'm just getting my soda. She's like, okay, that's fine, but we're going to record, or we're going to have a conversation. I'm like, that's fine. I'm fine. No matter what it is you want to talk about with Isaac, I don't know any details. So I have no idea what she's planning. So I'm like, well, the best thing we can do, Mom, is just record it. Not put cameras on us, just to, like, point it at the floor so nobody can lie about what was said. And my mom doesn't realize the reason why I'm not comfortable not having conversation with her without recording is because my mom lies. The reason why I'm not comfortable is because she lies. I don't say this at all. I'm just like, Mom, but in my thought process, in my mind, she must be concerned that someone else would lie. I'm not, this is literally in my mind, I'm going, why would that even bother her? Because I'm thinking, okay, but Mom, then what if we have the sheriff on standby? Because what if Isaac gets upset? What if Dad gets upset? What if Dad has a heart attack? What if Rick pulls a gun? I don't know. I'm just saying, I thought she would be happy with my response. It turns out, you don't talk to me that way. She felt, she was an insult to her that I said, well, how about let's fine, let's record it as I'm going to grab the key. She goes, don't grab my key. I'm like, okay, so it's a schizophrenia. That is a behavior of someone who has ill thoughts and disgust towards someone, but it's schizophrenic in nature because there's no cause. Like, to an extent where the times that my mom's hit me in my life, the times that my mom's allowed me to be abused, the times that my mom stopped me from being, progressive and moving forward with my life, it's like shockingly bad behavior. So it's like, Mom, you don't get to be upset with me the one time I need you for 10 minutes and you're going to call the cops. So I'm like, well, why don't you give me Uncle Jim's phone number? She never wants to give me Uncle Jim's phone number. So that's what pisses her off. I even kind of remember what happened.
Which I don't.
She did her trigger thing, which
I don't
she
know
does
if
on
I say
purpose.
it in this
Because
video.
10 minutes of her time for me means she's a victim. Now we're in victim mode. Now Bonnie's a victim because her daughter tried to speak to her. It is that bad. It is the child it. I'm the only one that gets treated this bad. Isaac doesn't get it quite this bad because Isaac doesn't understand how bad the abuse is. But the book, The Child It, we're getting there. It's pretty bad. My mom's behavior towards me is that bad. And then she convinces my dad and everybody else. So it's like someone who runs a sex trafficking ring, only it's not a sex trafficking ring. If she has power and control, I can tell it's that issue. It's whatever the fuck's going on in her head with that. It's that. Anyway, so here's an example of my mom will no longer let me drive the key. Has a holy fit, literally won't. So I have to talk to my dad. My dad's like, well, have Hannah drive you. So Hannah has to drive me down there. We do it and we go home. this place. This is probably going to take me a minute. So, I'm trying to talk fast. Okay. So, the thing that's a trigger about my Uncle Jim. Okay, so my mom wanting to call the police. I'm at the point now where my mom's going to have to start. Like, I'm going to probably have to call. Well, first of all, I'm already calling the sheriff for other stuff. But I'm going to have to do probably a couple different phone calls. My mom's going to have it explained to her that emergencies aren't emergencies. And unless she's been physically harmed or, because these all happen like 8 o'clock at night. She can handle 10 minutes being in a yelling confrontation with anyone, which, you know what I mean? Like, I have to pee. This lady's trying to lock me out. She's trying to stand in the way so I can't go to the bathroom. I mean, I literally, especially if I've been drinking, I really love to pee. But I have to pee anyways all the time. This isn't new. And it causes, it's just like, so what, lady? My mom has it. She's so controlling. It is a controlling issue. It is schizophrenia. Somebody needs to do something. It's religious schizophrenia. It's way past the point of a normal person's behavior. But the thing is, so I say Uncle Jim because it's like, it's my way of triggering my mom when she says the cops, the cops, the cops, the cops. I'm going to call the police. I'm going to call the police. I'm going to call the police. That's my way of triggering my mom's back brain that she doesn't want me to call Uncle Jim. Why can't I have Uncle Jim's phone number? First of all, I would never, my mom thinks things that are not true. I would never call my Uncle Jim. It'd be silly and ridiculous or, I never have. I have no idea what all has happened to me, but as far as the people doing behind the scenes, which I believe is, my brother was asking people to attack me. So was Shane. So this goes on. People have gotten mad at me in Roseburg. It's bad. Ashley talked about this before she committed suicide, and I've talked about that a lot more.
Well,
but
she got in a car accident and died. I meant
but
to
when
say.
you listen to hear me say
We
this
don't
over and
know.
over, because when my mom does that, I'm calling the cops. We're getting kicked out. We're having a conversation thing, and I bring up Uncle Jim. It's for her to think about John Hanlon, or just like a
Mom,
reference in her brain.
why do you need to call the police right now? Is there an emergency?
You don't talk to my right.
So I will trigger her brain and say, well, why don't you give me Uncle Jim's phone number? She doesn't want to give it to me. It's like, oh, why don't you want to give it to me? Maybe you don't need to call the police right now? Is it that? Is it that you don't need to call the police right now because there's not an emergency? And that you're using that as a threat? Which, by the way, turns out to be a hate crime?
So it's early in the morning, and I meant to already have done this, but this is life. And even when Isaac got home last night, I fell asleep, and I couldn't help it. But he was like, oh, I thought you were going to be up, and I just literally fell back asleep, so couldn't help it. I'm up early, which is a good time for me to finally have a moment of peace where someone won't be walking in the door, doesn't even really bother me, just, technically, like my parents have a locking door, but I haven't had a door that works in 8 years. Well, no, there was a time where I did. My door did work for like a couple years there. But like in 8 years, for the most part, I haven't had a room with a door that works. So, or most of the time, half the time I've been here at least, if not more. I haven't had a door that has the lock. So, anyway. What was it? There was something important. The police thing. Okay, so I'm going to say there was a woman at the store was walking around dazed, and I kind of thought it was weird. And then I realized, you know how I feel lately? Dazed. So I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound weird. I am not 100. I am either, this is documentation for lawsuit purposes, but I've either been... So I remember telling my friend Shauna, Ashley is her last name now, and they live in Alabama, which there's a little bit of weird stuff, and I've talked about it a little bit, but I don't hate these people or anything. There's stuff that's like, man, it's the same problem you have with these people. People who are super religious have a problem with not understanding, like, other people's property, or, and respecting other people's rights or other people's thoughts or beliefs or feelings. So I run into that problem it's the same problem I run into everyone who's super, a lot of the time. Anyway, but I love these people. They're not like, thinking about like, oh, we should jail these people because I don't know, maybe because of whatever I just said, I should be in charge of that and I should have them jailed. I mean, that is the most absurd thought to me, like in my, what? So anyway, so I was either drugged and there's this history of my mom like since I was a child, drugging me and my brother with cough syrup. And then it turns out it was kind of like a thing parents did back then, because I've talked to other people, but my mom did it daily, and it's not a thing to do it daily. And no, they tell us, doctors told us that. No, our parents just told us that, you guys. Doctors didn't tell them that. And I realize that now.
Doctors didn't tell them they should give us cough syrup every day. There's
so
no way doctors were telling all our parents that. Our parents were just doing that.
She wants to have with all of us, in case there's an emergency. You know what I mean? Like, why, Mom? Because I think you know. So they set up a camera, but they like screwed it to the wall. It's not set up, or is it? And how did they wire it in to a thing with a thing with a thing? What? So did you put that on the wall? Like, tell me you think that there's a camera up? You think I believe you that there's a camera now recording? Anyway, maybe there is. I have to, but I want the cameras. I've said it a million times. My mom blocked me over the same issue that now she wants cameras for. My mom is schizophrenic. Anyway, back to the report where I just have to fill in the thing. Okay, so when I say I witnessed it as in, like the thing that happened. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Either I've been drugged or my mom, or I have this type of, it takes me a couple days to recover, and like I'm dazed after an incident where you have to call the police, which is kind of also normal, I think, so I don't know which one it is. But, documentation purposes, for lawsuit purposes, I'm documenting it, in case somebody else knows something I don't know. So remember I already told you my door's been open because the Wi-Fi broke, and there's one ordered through Amazon, through my son's account. You can check that, which hasn't been shipped yet, I guess. So we have Wi-Fi issues, so we have to keep the door open all the time.
It was so hard to talk because my face is, what you don't, probably realize is how swollen
my mom's front door is like,
right side of my face is at this point.
So the doors are very close and, like arms spread away almost, right? And the wash machine's right there. So when I tell you I heard it, I don't mean I heard it. I mean like I heard it. I keep telling you guys I can hear everything in this room practically. And I can hear the neighbors talking in their house sometimes. But that might be because my door's open, like their window's open or their door's open type of thing. And of course I don't really, no offense, but I kind of like, just move on. I can hear, I can hear it, but do I pay attention to it? No, I just like turn my music up loud. Whatever. It's like I pay attention. But can I if I wanted to? Yeah, I just don't. But I mean, that's the level at which there's water surrounding us. I can just hear it. So when I say I witnessed it, so when I go through like what a sequence of events happened, you start with the facts. So there are some things that are actual facts that go number one. So number one in my thought process of what just happened, number one is what are the facts that I know I can establish as facts? Well, as a fact, I know I can establish that the laundry issue, the thing with Isaac and my mom and the whole thing started with a laundry issue. I heard that myself. I know for a fact there was a commotion because I can hear it. That type of noise doesn't happen unless some type of commotion just happened in the house. I know for a fact Richard Hunt was in his trailer. And that is all factual information that I know for a fact. Okay? Let me go in. So then just the other day, I already sent the report off based on what Isaac told me, but then I did ask him again, and I would have recalled and changed my, fix this, but according to what Isaac told me, but then I even checked to make sure. And I said, even explained to my son the difference. I said, now Isaac, if Grandpa just said, I'm going to hit you with a bat, you understand that is different, right? Like saying it's not okay either. That's still threatening, but do you understand that picking up the bat, and did he pick up the bat and swing it at you, Isaac? Because that's different. And so he motioned to me. He said he grabbed the bat and he went like this, like forward, almost more like a stabbing motion rather than a swinging motion. You know what I mean? And so he showed me with motion what he did. I said, yes, no, Isaac, okay, that is threatening. Because now he's picked up the bat. He's swinging, he's motioning that I'm trying. That's a threat. That's different. So... Okay, the other thing I was going to say is to reiterate a point, and I think I'm done after this, but I can go make another cup of coffee. So my mom, and this is kind of sad and fucked up, but it's also like you have to remember people make choices, and we all live, learn, and give and grow and take, and so you have to understand there are laws. I hope people follow them in general. Laws change as they should, as education changes as it should, as based on, we hope, we don't want more people to die. We want more people to be alive, and we want people's rights to be respected. We want them as a living human being to be a human. And if it's a human, does it have rights? So, we have decided a long time ago in my medical classes that how you become a human on the planet of Earth is you have to breathe air for a certain amount of time. You have to be born out and to breathe air for a certain amount of time to be alive. Okay.
You have rights.
And then you become
you have
human.
literal legal rights. You have to be.
Did you know that?
Did
you know that this is something we talked about in college?
A baby does not have rights. There is no such thing as a baby having rights inside your body.
No, I just went
Separate rights
school
against
to work
away from
for
you.
a doctor, like as
So
doctor's assistant.
there's something I'd like to talk about this
Stitches,
medical stuff
you
I keep
know,
hearing that is really confusing for me.
emergency, but also in the office, because that's how Roseburg is.
And that's about doctors saying, I'm
They like
afraid
their
to
people
do.
to know things.
I'm afraid
you
to do this
work
procedure
is work.
and save your life
Anyway.
with this life-saving procedure because I might get in trouble
So
for
my
doing
mom
it. Well,
thinks
turns out,
that
actually,
her feelings, you guys,
according
you have
to
to
my
understand this. This is
training that
definitely
I
one of the
received in
moments where
the
I'm
state
like,
of
no,
Oregon,
that's
if
autism.
you allow that
My
patient
mom
to die,
thinks
your ass
her
is getting
feelings.
sued.
So 2 days
If you
before
don't
I had to call the
perform
police, my mom was
the
gonna call the police on
life-saving
me, and I
procedure that you know
recorded some
can
of it
save
because I
her
was showing
life,
it
you
down at the
have to perform that. You have to. As a medical, in order for you to keep your license, you have to perform that life-saving procedure. So who's telling people, how is it that, according to what I have learned, which is a heavy amount of legal law in the medical field, not a heavy amount, I'm not a lawyer, this is my opinion. My training has taught me that what SCOTUS is saying isn't even lawful. Like, it's like not even the interpretation of our law.
Anyway,
Was I on this one? Or this one?
so people are going to have boiling points. My dad has them, my mom has them, we all have them. But when my mom has them, she's allowed to have them. When everybody else has them, she's a victim. So, but this is what I'm saying. My mom wanted to call the police, or the sheriff, because here it's the sheriff, sorry. I think she does. I'm going to have to pay more attention because I don't even know. Does she? I think she might use the word police. No, but she knows it's sheriff. I think she knows that. But, her feelings. So I'm annoyed. She's annoyed now, and she needs to call the police. So I do the thing where I say, Uncle Jim, can I have Uncle Jim's phone number? And it's a trigger for her at that point, which I now realize, but I'm doing it on purpose. She's doing one on purpose. I'm going to do it on purpose back to her. Is it kind of like necessary in this situation? Yeah, kind of, because I'm dealing with somebody who doesn't have an ability to understand that that she's in a cult. no, that she's narcissistic, that she's an abusive person. That's right. I need to say it like that. Anyway, but it is driven by the people she surrounds herself by. Because they feed each other off their own emotions and their own feelings, and they don't realize nobody else has feelings or emotions that matter. They are correct. That's it. They're on his side. Story's over. Anyway, so my mom wants to call the police, not because she's bleeding, not because somebody's pointing a gun at her, not because somebody's threatening her, because she is annoyed and her feelings are annoyed. She's a victim and she needs to threaten me with the police, which is supposed to be an emergency situation, but her feelings are annoyed, so she needs to threaten me and call the police because of her feelings.
Her
and you know when I'm loving you, you don't understand what I'm about to tell you right now. About since the police were here yesterday, right? The day before? Oh my God, now I don't even know. Friday? No, it was Friday. Anyway, no, right? Well, anyway, whatever since it was, my mom has been stomping around, pouting, going in her room. Hannah took off, went to the lake with that guy she likes, and took the kids and had a good time. Rick and Carter have been having fun in the trailer. I think Shelly's been gone or at work, or I don't know what's going on. Maybe she's taking a break from, because the kids are here. Maybe she's trying to get Rick maybe she's trying to get Rick. Anyway, so my mom is living in a world where her feelings and her emotions are an emergency situation to her, and she needs to call the police or threaten people around her with police because it's an emergency situation to her. So the person she's speaking to in the moment, she's telling them, you're an emergency to me. I'm going to have to call the police because you're causing a scene, and it's not an emergency. So that she's telling the person she's speaking to that her feelings and her emotions are an emergency, which it's not. So when I've called the police, it's been like when Isaac just called, this was over someone picking up a bat and swinging it and threatening, which is actually illegal, which is actually a threat, which is actually harassment, on, and it's been years of this documented. So, my mom has been pouting, so I did the dishes and everything, just to be, because the dishes do there really is kind of more when Hannah and the kids are here. So there's already a load to do, and then now it's full and needs to be unloaded, and it can be reloaded, and it probably wouldn't be full, but, halfway. So I did all the dishes yesterday morning. I took the trash out, put it in the, trash can. But I am feeling a little better, too, you guys. So, and I even said that to the doctor. So, I was, lethargic. So, even though I feel like shit still, technically it's better than it was. So I was able to do that in that moment just to try to help my mom with her emotions. So my mom's obviously having a thing. Well, what do you do? Well, I try to do the one thing maybe that would be nice to take do the dishes and stuff. But she wants to have this meeting, and I'm like, well, only if it's recorded, only if we have the sheriff on standby, and that was offensive to her. And I just have to laugh because it's so a fuck your feelings moment. She's walking around, she's pissed because nobody gives a fuck about her feelings. Because she wants to have this meeting to let it be about her feelings. So we're like, no, we want it to be about what, okay, but we need to, because we know this is about your feelings, body, and you're going to lie about whatever is going to happen. You're so a fuck your feelings moment, and the last couple of days and how she's been pouting around and nobody gives a fuck about her feelings, and it's just so funny to me. Oh my god.
What is this? 424. Oh, this must be. So this is the Eugene fee schedule. So this is when I was trying to figure out why I can't get records and why this keeps happening, and which now we've already found out. We've got a legal issue. We've got a quite democracy problem on our hands in Douglas County. Do all Lane County residents also need court judge subpoenas for house visit videos or sheriff being inside your house? It turns out no. In fact, nobody does. And the only reason they would require that is if there was a crime. The only reason you wouldn't get it is if there was an active crime investigation, is what the lady working there told me. So hang on, I'm going to answer. Hang on, everyone. Be right back. My daughter texted me. Oh no. Oh no. I did call and ask. I can call and ask, I guess. I did. Oh. Oh. Do we have to play these? Oh no. We should not. We should not play these. So I guess Monday I made a bunch of videos in July. Oh no. These could be awful.
Anyway, so I just witnessed a human trafficking situation in which I was able to prove that I was able to get my pepperonis. And how did I get my pepperonis? Anyway, so I just witnessed. Well, anyway, so I have seen this situation so many times. So my son just came home from work, and I just need my space. Oh my god. Is this storing everything? Time, but like facts, man. It turns out I won. I won last time, I won this time, and it's looking like a human trafficking case. That's human trafficking. That's a human trafficking.
This is all I can think about when I'm... I have a $5 limit, that's why it's never like... Which I recommend to you. Also. You haven't
This is real.
came up with a
See,
number.
that's
I give
real.
myself a $5
This is
limit.
really happening to me. This is real to me. You know what's not real to me? Human trafficking.
Human trafficking rings, I say. Okay, so that's one video. That's 2 videos. Oh, this one's even longer. Oh boy.
This is so cute. My son on his break from work, he got me away for like a eat this. I'm like, oh, we'll eat it. That's so cute. Oh my god, that's so cute. He's on break though. Don't bother him. He's on break. He has a job to do. This is his time. Don't bother him. Or do. I don't know. Or do. This is his time. I don't know. I'm really trying to eat like eating. I mean, literally like. Not only is this a human trafficking case, I have actually documented who is being human trafficked. You guys have no idea. I'm about to prove things with records. You have no idea.
And look where I'm at now. And look where I am
This is a human
now.
trafficking case. Anyways, peace out. Peace.
Why? Oh, is that where
understand,
the fat
I'm
belly
doing the
jokes
best I
come
can
from?
do.
These videos,
I
really?
have enough evidence. As far as
Are
I
these
was
the
raised, but
fat
I'm not
belly-
special, but I guess I am. I don't know what you're talking about. As far as I was raised, I'm in a cult being human trafficked right now, and I don't know what to do other than to accept it and live it and be okay with it. And this is happening. Okay. Well, anyways, what I'm about to prove right now, super cool. I think that's my opinion. That's my opinion. It doesn't mean you agree with me. This is my account. This is my property. Understand me now? Hear me now? You heard that, right?
Those damn. If it wasn't for those damn meddling kids, you almost would have got away with it if it wasn't for those damn meddling kids.
Oh my god! This is happening. This is human trafficking. Oh my god. It's being controlled by someone behind the scene. Oh my god. This is a human trafficking case. Oh my god.
It's even.
Oh my god! Breathing in. Looks like a human trafficking case. Looks like I'm pretty sure it's a human trafficking. Why am I whispering? Oh my god! Why did I even? Oh my god. I busted myself in real time. Why am I whispering about human trafficking? That's what I was gonna. Am I calling? Not only am I calling the federals, this is happening. Looks like a human trafficking.
It's too funny. I mean, it's not funny, but it's like, damn, poor me. For having to be treated this shitty.
Today is Sunday,
Oh, look at my
July
face. My face is still
1st.
swollen at this point.
July 21st, 2024, and I feel like I'm really comfortable with proving a human trafficking case. It's about hateful behavior in which you were given 12, 13, 14 opportunities to, like, do what's right, and then you didn't. Anyways, I'm just doing my own thing, and I'm proving that I have records, and I think this is a human trafficking case in which many members of my family are about to be like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that to you. It looks like I'm going to jail for human trafficking. Yeah, I know, Donald Trump, you're going to jail for human trafficking, and Biden has dropped out because he doesn't want to go to jail. He'd rather spend time with his family instead of in jail. But Donald Trump won't spend time with his family in his last moments. He'll be in jail. Did you not hear me say what's about to happen?
And now you heard it from the big boss.
I feel like I woke up this morning with something super important to say, and like I had a whole plan, and like I wanted to talk about some stuff. And then today happened. And yesterday happened. And this week happened. I had something I actually wanted to say. I feel like that I had been waiting to say. Anyway, I can't remember. So let's talk about rape. Let's talk about Biden dropping out, and this, if that's real, and then just endorsing Kamala, then I don't feel comfortable with it, and I don't think Kamala's going to win, and I think not only am I 100% sure that Donald Trump is going to jail,
I'm like, oh
I
god,
do not think
this just
Kamala
happened,
will
but this,
win.
I see why I got
So I
drunk.
don't endorse Kamala.
Now I get it. Yes, I do.
Nobody asked me. Nobody talked
Yes,
to me
I
about
do
this.
endorse
I'm a voter, and I've been
Kamala Harris.
trafficked.
By
I have
the
about,
way,
like, 10
this was a
years
massive
of,
panic attack.
you
You're
know,
about to
like,
see a
actual
massive panic
evidence that I
attack.
can prove to 10 plus years, 10 years, my ass, 20 years, 20 years. Maybe that's what I was going to talk about. Something to do with that. Anyways, I don't know. I can't remember. But I do know that I can prove a human trafficking case, that I have been human trafficked, that my children have been human trafficked.
And they were aided and abetted by
anyone else has been human trafficked,
an
but I can
egregious
prove that I
amount
have
of people, which is
and that my
now
two children
provable
have
through
been.
records that they still don't want me to
Donald
have,
Trump
but
is
I
a
have at least
rapist and
half of
going to
them
jail.
that prove an
Scott's
egregious
favorite
amount of
probably
content.
shot.
Just
Biden's a
shocking.
fucking retard for not consulting me on this, and Camilla won't win. Camilla's not even somebody. I'm so pissed
That
off
was
right
really
now.
scary that they just did this, by the way.
Camilla,
I
first
think
of
for all
Camilla
of us,
can't
for
win.
them to just
We all know that. Camilla can't win.
treat
So now
us
I hear
like,
the rumors.
your vote
Now
don't matter.
now
Oh, by
I
the way, we
see
got our
money,
new
and I hear the rumors
contestant.
in
We
the
just picked it
background.
without giving a shit
Not
about
only
anybody's
was I right
opinions. Let's not even
and talking
try to have a
fake news because I was
contest.
trying to bust this
Let's not
case
even
open
act like this is
for
a
being
real
human trafficked, and
democracy.
I needed it to happen now because the kids are kids now under 18, and they just totally let human trafficking happen by cult members. Cult members were
Because you
more.
have to be in a cult to be willing
Oh my
to
God.
cause that much. You'd have to hate. You'd have to be at a level of hate to commit these types of crimes for this long. You have to have a problem with not respecting someone's rights and laws so much so you're so comfortable with abusing that person's rights. How does it get to be? What type of hate speech have you been exposed to that you feel like that's cool? Like that's...
Oh my God. I remember what I was going to talk about now. It was about Shauna, Ashley.
Ooh.
And I remember. Oh my God. I remember what I was going to talk about now. So I was going to say, remember I brought up Shauna Ashley, and I was like, you know, it seems like I can't think of them like going to jail. But then again, I don't have any evidence of what's happened to me. So if it turns out that what I said was true, then I would have evidence of that. And then it's like, well, okay, but you committed a crime. So now you're asking me to let you get away with a
I should
crime
probably say,
and for me to be
these
a
are
victim and pretend
me
like it didn't
giving
happen.
that. So people were repeating things back to me that I wasn't sharing with them. How is that possible? But that doesn't mean the person who did that all of them are committing the crime, but it might mean that they have information that they didn't share with me that was as a mandatory reporter, or did you know that's criminal, or, you know, like, anyway.
Okay, so what I was going to talk about was Shauna Ashley. We are not actually friends. We're friends, but, like, we're not friends because she never, like... She seemed, like, super, like, weirded out by, like, my right to tell the truth about me being, like, a victim of human trafficking. And I could tell something was weird.
In my opinion, we stopped talking, like...
Peter Ashley repeated back
well,
to
we
me
never really were... Well, it's a long story, and I don't want to talk about it. But I am upset, and I did say something... You know, I'm not hiding what's been happening to me, and I don't know who's doing it, but it does seem that there's some really egregious, abusive, hateful behavior that's happening to me by people that call themselves my friends or family. It turns out that is often the case. People committing these crimes to these people are often their family. People who think they're friends or family. That was rude. I don't know what I just said, but okay. I'll replay this back.
Biden.
This is my This is like I had such a bad panic attack, you guys. Oh my god, this was scary because we're talking about Trump, who's like making comments that are really inappropriate.
Insulting anyone and doing it in a second and putting it out there in the news, and then endorsing Kamala Harris is so Putin-like.
It is. Even though things are going really well, and Kamala's doing really well, and she's going to win, Trump's going to lose. This to me was still too much. This was not what democracy looks like from my perspective. That is not what it should look like.
Bullshit on this one. Actually, I'm going to have to call bullshit on this one. This is so bad. This is so bad, Biden. I don't know what the fuck you're doing right now, but this is so undemocratic. Not only is Kamala Harris gonna, within the next couple days, gonna say, not only is she not running for president, if Biden drops out and endorses anybody at all in that moment, that would be so Putin-like. That would be so fucking Putin-like. That would be so
Russian-like. That would be so Russian.
Democracy.
That would be so Russian of you. That would be so Russian of you if you did that.
That would be so Putin-esque of you.
That is so Russian.
I would have to literally pick up the red phone and be like, Putin, I don't feel comfortable with this. And I'm literally going to be calling Putin. So now how do you guys feel about what you've just done? So I better be...
Putin is my dog's name.
This better be fake news. I'm either being human trafficked in a human trafficking scheme, and this is fake news, or I'm about to find out that not only is Biden about to apologize to me for treating me this way, but I will have Putin himself make sure that Biden apologizes to me. Apologizes, I need to say, to me. I am pissed in a way.
My poor Mel.
I can't even explain. Not only is this a human trafficking case, not only is Kamala Harris going to come out tomorrow and be like, this is inappropriate, undemocratic, and I'm using my position that's inappropriate in a way that so looks like Putin. That's just so Putin-esque.
Russian of
this
you.
Is so a human trafficking case.
It's so Russian of you.
Elon, this message is for you. I'm at, is anything real anymore? Is anything real? Is anything real?
I don't think they handled. I'm going to be honest. I don't believe it was. It's too late. It's done. It's going well, but I don't feel like that was handled well. Personally, from my perspective, that was pretty shitty. That was pretty bad.
I think my case is worth. Yeah, I know it's one of those $60 million cases. Like, trust me.
It's that egregious. I'm pretty sure this case is so bad that they've been. And it's what I can prove that I don't have yet. The obstruction of the records that caused egregious harm to me because they wouldn't give them to me.
I do. But do you know what I could do with $1 million? Do you know, because I'm good with money, compared to someone else, do you know what I could do with my life with just $1 million? I deserve my $60 million and I'll get it. But do you know how important it is to me to be careful with money and smart and to prove to the world that we are good people? You don't need to be you're not a bad person because you don't have $1 million, okay? That's what I'm talking about right now. Guess how many of us are living on this planet? Okay. Elon? I don't know what the fuck's going on right now, but I'm at is anything real. That's where I'm at right now. Okay, so my next plan, I'm just going to tell you ahead of time, because everyone who thinks I hate billionaires. Well, you're kind of right, but you're also kind of wrong. I don't hate anybody, because hating someone is a lot of fucking work, okay? Alright, everybody? And I'm fucking tired. This is true. Which is true. But I have a case that's so significant. You know, clearly I'm going to be sitting next to... This is so bad. It's like I'm going to be sitting next to the governor, Tina Kotek is her name? You're like, Tina. I'm going to be richer than most people probably in a...
Oh crap, which one was I just playing? Uh-oh, I forgot where it was
at. Biden dropping out. Elon, this message is for you.
I think I was there, okay. That's why I can do that.
Look, if Gaza is a real thing happening right now, hey, I'm going to give everybody a chance. I'm going to give you guys a stupid chance right now. If genocide in Gaza is fake, and it could be, maybe it is, maybe it's all fake, maybe the media is all fake, because right now I'm at is anything real, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to put it out there. If this is the way I'm going to word this. This is the way I'm going to word this. And Elon obviously can hear everything. And what would be the point of not? He's going to do it anyway. Apparently he can. Because he's exempt like I'm exempt. Did you see my exemption, by the way, Elon? We're both exempt, just like SCOTUS. Cool, right? Guess how many humans are going to be right where we're both at mentally? It doesn't take money to be here mentally. Do you want to live or do we? Are we all going to die now? Is that what we're doing here? Okay, anyway. If Gaza is real, if genocide in Gaza is real, if that's true and that's real, because I'm giving you all a chance right now, then it's the exact same thing. If it's true and real, then I'm 100% sure Kamala Harris. You could just as sure as shit. I can tell you Kamala Harris cannot win a presidential campaign. There's no reason to pay money for it. There's no reason to bother with it. Trust me on this, and I don't say that because I hate Camilla. I actually liked her, and this whole time people have been dissing her.
By the way, I was
I'm the one who's like,
also wrong.
She's not awful.
Okay, I know this is going to sound racist, but I'm just going to... It really is. People who know me know this, but it's like, you think you're going to get these people to finally vote for a black woman? Do you know how much they hate women at all? And now you want to be... But guess what? Guess who? You know what the best news you could have ever gave me? Was that I was wrong. That would be the best news you could have ever gave me. And guess what happened?
And I'm telling you right now, Kamala can't win.
Kamala will win. But that was kind of hard for me, for you guys to put it this way and to do it the way you did.
That's true. You do. And you knew that and you did it and then you backtracked because you're stupid sometimes. That's why, because you're stupid sometimes, Elon, and you don't think things through. Okay? Yeah, your instinct was right. Sons of bitches like that need to be banned. You know better. Come on, Elon. This is too much. This is too... I can't... like I said it to... Did we already have this? Did I already say this? Did we already have this talk, Elon? People think I hate billionaires. It's not true. That's not true because I actually don't, but I kind of do, but I don't. Okay? I hate the idea of a billionaire, but I don't hate you as a human being. Okay? Is the idea of a billionaire something that should be real? Nope. Is a human a bad... Are you awful for being a human being? Are you a human being? I can't even... Oh my god. Okay. Don't ban me for saying this, Elon. Kamala Harris, are you a stupid fucking cunt? Are you that fucking dumb? Are you so fucking blind like Hillary Clinton? Are you just like Hillary? Are you that fucking stupid? Are you that fucking stupid that you actually think you can win against Donald Trump? You fucking dumb, stupid bitch.
That was
stupid fucking dumb cunt. You stupid
I'm venting. I'm venting. I'm having a panic attack. I'm freaking out. By the way, this is how bad my panic attack was.
Are you that? Do you not care about women at all? Do you not care about black people? Do you not care about anybody but yourself? Because right now, the evidence is looking like not only will you not be president, it's not possible, you could go to jail too. You can go right along to jail too. Okay?
Now, I don't know if you know that sometimes my personal stresses come across.
Anyways,
You have to remember, I was never going to share this with anybody. Ever. So, keep that in mind. But I also...
Hillary Clinton couldn't beat Donald Trump either.
Man, that was rough. That was a rough time. Of course, I just went through my whole tooth thing. So, you guys gotta give me a break here. Sorry, Kamala. I apologize. But also, that was rough. It is a joke that I would call Putin. LOL. I wouldn't do that. LOL. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Of course not. Actually, the truth is calling the president of Mexico, who is a member of the United Nations, would make more sense, wouldn't it? And I remember when Biden went missing during this whole, it was like, what is going on? Now Biden, okay, this might be funny. After what happened here, did you know? I actually wondered, for real, because of how they did this, how all of this happened, how fast this happened, like what? I literally thought, oh my God, did Biden die? I know what just happened. Biden died and they don't want to tell us. Oh no. I was really like, this isn't fake. This is real. I really had a moment where I was like, is it that he died? Oh no. Look, if Biden died, then hey, Kamala Harris is second in command, and that would be Democratic. Then she can run like anyone else, but have to, a current running president endorse a current vice president is 100% undemocratic and is abuse of power that could get us all killed. And I do stand by this statement. I don't think that's very democratic. This is so inappropriate that I don't even have the words to explain it other than to skip forward and pass all the legal whoopity-woo and say what Sadhguru shared to his YouTube account the other day. If you want to go to heaven straight away, then go. And so on. Yeah, he had a really nice post, or a point, or what do you call that? You know, in his YouTube, I liked what he shared right after the Donald Trump shooting. I actually thought it was really good. So, it's over. Democracy is done. Looks like I'm gonna have to be fleeing the country when Donald Trump wins, because obviously corrupt Democrats want him to be the president, or they wouldn't have bothered to do what they just did. I told you they fucking hate me. I will never be leaving behind. I will now be leaving behind the only country I know. Well, that actually, there's a couple times here where this was very, the death threats were, this actually got super out of control. This is not a joke to me. They obviously made this plan with SCOTUS members. Now that is an interesting statement that I said at the time. Biden just fucked us all, fuck America, and fuck democracy. So, obviously, this is what it looks like when I have a massive panic attack about an issue that is super serious. But, considering the issue was that serious, I don't know. If it was... I don't know. Nobody has been talking about Kamala Harris this entire time. Like, dude, I'm so panicking right now. I feel pure disgust in my gut right now. Horrified that corrupt Democrats just made my son... I actually think Kamala Harris has a chance of winning the presidential election. He's right. He's going to be wiped out. Or his rights are going to be wiped out, just like all women's rights already have been. This is literally the worst thing anyone could have said to me, other than the obvious things like my children being okay. Now I hate Kamala and have pure disgust. That's not true. I don't hate anybody. I literally just said that. You can see I'm panicking. For doing something so undemocratic. That was really undemocratic, though. That was a bit much. Isaac doesn't understand how bad this is right now. He was super excited. So while I was having panic attacks, Isaac was super excited. Isaac and I had complete opposite reactions. Isaac was as ecstatic as could be. He was so happy I was. Which is funny to me now, looking back now. The things are going really great, by the way, guys. So nobody panic. The panic attack's over. Things are going well. Let's see. Hope Kamala. See, here's where I must have calmed down by now. Hope Kamala wins, I guess, but this will not be something I will participate in. So yeah, and I kind of have been like, it's been a little bit too much for me to be. Well, it's not. That's just like I'm kind of disgusted. I'm getting. It's like I'm just. Ugh. Yeah. Not. I like Kamala and I want her to win and all that. I mean, I don't mean it that way. I mean it like politics. You know. Hope Kamala wins, I guess, but this will not be something I'll be participating in. So probably just not follow politics anymore. Yes, I will. We all know I'm not capable of not following politics anymore. Will plan to leave the country though. That is something that I would like to do. I cannot wait to be a traveler. Looks like all YouTubers knew a week or two ago, but what they have been saying past few weeks, by what they've been saying the past few weeks, they all seem to be in cahoots together about the entire thing, which did seem to be the case. My interest in politics just went from 100% to literally 0%. I'm sure that makes everyone in politics happy, I guess. How depressing. It's such an empty feeling inside to know how little Joe Biden cared about his job at upholding democracy and to do everything within his power to win this presidential election, which would have meant considering how voters feel.
I'm panicking. I'm still panicking. I'm like, at least my physical stress, you know, like with my heart racing and my...
Oh, my leg.
Not really. It's actually still pretty bad. Everybody's all behind Kamala. There's no race. There's no point to having a... So I'm going to tell you guys something. I'm going to make it really simple, and so that it doesn't appear to be like, I don't want people to think I'm racist. I don't want people to think I think most people generally who paid enough attention to me know that I don't know. I feel like I don't get those attacks as much anymore. But, you know, like Kamala, me messing her name up. Okay, so guess who? I know Kylie or Kaylee, and I still say, and she's, you know, a white girl who my kid went to school and known her. That's how long I've known her, you know, and they're 25 now, so. I still say Kylie. It's Kaylee, now I can remember. But I still do it. It's not on purpose. So, just so people know, so I can, and this is kind of an interesting fact, so we might as well just lay this out here, because this is, at least we can have something interesting comes through, right? So, like, interesting as far as for people who study brains or brain patterns or find that type of thing interesting. So this is so me and a fact pattern that I've been, this, you know, it's like, I mean it in a way that it's interesting because it's definitely not made up, it's not controlled, it's me, so it makes you wonder about the brain. So, if I see your face and I meet you and I look at your face, I'm telling you, I will know, even if you age 10 years or, you know, then I see you 10 years later one time, I will still know. I swear to God. My face will know, or my facial recognition skills are, I'm like, I must be like top 1% because I'm telling you, I will know I've seen your face. I even tend to remember details about why, like, oh, I think it was maybe when I was in Roseburger. You know, like, little details even try to kind of, like, stay there. But your name, and I swear to God, I don't know what it is about my brain, but your name you will have to tell me. So I have a thing with, like, this person who I just brought up, Shauna Ashley, so that's a good example. I swear to God, when our friends were kids at school, that's how we met. And so they started playing together. So, of course, you kind of get to know the parents a little bit because you want to. That's kind of a normal thing. So then we just ended up becoming friends. Our daughters, like, went to ballet school. We would, trade off, like, driving them and stuff like that just to try to make it work. And for the girls, I swear to God, it was like, I would have to re-ask her name. It's just me. And I've been that way, that was, the girls, they were kids in school. So 10 plus 15, I don't know, years ago. So, like 20 years ago. I think they were really little. So yeah, of course I know it now, but it takes me, I'm telling you, you really got to think about how interesting that is, that my brain has such a high skill level of facial recognition, but such a piss poor quality at name recognition. Like, how is my brain made this way? Like, what is it Do you know what I mean? And it's a lifetime. It's not, it's a personality. It's a thing, you know? It's not, or it's a, I mean to say, it's like a brain, it's definitely like a brain. It's who I am. My brain is clearly made this way. Anyway, okay. So I panicked, just like I'm panicking right now when I found out Donald Trump was a nominee the first time, because I thought for sure there's no way people were that, no way even Republicans were that, and they weren't. They said stuff like that. A lot of people did. And then they got mega cult. You know how that happens. You can see the breakdown of the people getting obsessed, and it's not even really about, it no longer becomes about something that's good for them, or even being about something that's good for them. It becomes about an obsession with a leader, and you having obsession, cult thoughts, not because it's good for you, but because you have been, and your brain has been trained too. So anyway, I was panicking just like this. I just want everyone to know, because I'm here to just tell the truth. Right when Obama went out, I messaged Obama, and I said, oh my God, maybe Michelle would run. I said, can Michelle run? I was panicked. Like, I knew it wasn't logical, but I'm telling you that's where I was at. And I'm kind of pissed because I feel like, I realized how bad that would look. A current two-term president wants his wife to run next. That's clearly. So, even though I typed that, I never wrote the presidential. You know you can just email presidents? Then they won't even know you from Tom, Dick, or Harry, but when it's me, they know who I am, okay? they get the message. So, which I don't do. I had like a little bit of a phase where I was trying to understand politics a little bit more. I don't really do. It's really, just not something I really plan to do much again. So, maybe, but, so, I could be emailing the president of Mexico actually pretty soon, but that is possible. But anyway, so I'm not saying I don't do it ever. I'm just saying. These are simple emails. I just tell them, like, as an activist, because I want to win, too. I don't want, it's not like I'm over here wanting Donald Trump to win, people. Hello, I'm so scared for my life right now. I'm going to have to flee the country. I don't know how could this possibly happen. So anyway, so it's a little bit frustrating for me to be here. Oh, now Biden's just going to drop out and nominate his VP for president. That is so undemocratic, just like it would have. I don't see it as any different as me saying, oh my God, after Barack finished his 2 terms and Trump became the nominee, I don't see it as any different as me. The thought process, it's just as ridiculous to me to say, why doesn't Michelle run right now? Even though I knew that was not something that would be democratic or would look inappropriate. I knew I was so panicked. I'm just letting you know that's how panicked I am right now, you guys. And I had a good reason to be, clearly. Look what happened. So, to me, is just as ridiculous what Biden did just now. And it's not that I hate Kamala. It's not that I
actually like Kamala.
In fact, I even liked her. Technically, I like her. I'm freaked out because I do not see a win for her. I just don't see it.
I do now. I really didn't. That's not a lie. I really didn't at this time.
Tell the truth, people.
Now I really do. And you gave me the best news. I had no idea my country could do this. I had no idea you guys had it in you. And I'm super proud of you for proving to me that you did.
I was right. This situation,
Biden
jumps out and announces Kamala is undemocratic and
kind of the best news you could have gave me.
Okay, so do you
but
remember?
You do have it in you. Aww.
So this is just so, like, I can see, see the trees through the forest? I can so see it. Since I pay attention daily.